Squeaky's on the windowsill, king of the throne. Charlie's got a feather toy, she's in her zone. Doobie's in the kitchen, knocking stuff down. 3 cats ruling this crazy little town.
Good morning, everybody. I mean, it's almost noon, so I should say good afternoon, and I really should stop saying good morning, everybody. All of my cats are very angry with me right now. Charlie is just so mad at me. It's not even funny. I was discussing with Pam about my flea situation, and she says, do you know that one can lay a lot of eggs and infest your house. So if there's one in your house, it can infest your entire house. Well, and I told her, so she says, so even if Doobie, which is the latest animal that came into the house, had one flea on her, she could have infested the whole house. Okay, there's that factor. That could have happened. I know for a fact when I walk out on my porch, I get them on my legs. So they're outside on my porch. And guess what? Poultry, chickens, and turkeys can and will have fleas. So, and those are right in my backyard. So, I mean, I guess keeping my lawn mowed might help. Would help with a lot of other bugs and stuff. But they're out there. You know what she told me? She said, Tressa, I have to give my cats treatment every month. I said, but they didn't start showing up until these people had chickens back here. But she says, I have to treat them every month. So I was, instead of giving them a bath, because Squeaky and Charlie will not let me do that. They will hurt me. I held them up against me, yes, because I'm stronger than they are. And I doused them with this stuff. Natural Care stuff. And I gave Charlie, an extra treatment on her neck. She is not happy with me, but they do look like they're falling off of her. So this is what's going on, is I'm trying to control the fleas, because this is not acceptable. And thank you, Pam, so much for helping me learn how to do this. She says get diatomaceous earth as well, and I will need to do that. I'll order it from Amazon today. So after the flea treatment thing, I got to talking to Pam, because they're messing around with my documents. I can't fly. So we're talking about trying to get a bus, which you can't get a Greyhound from Northern Michigan. You have to get it all the way downstate. So you have to get a connecting bus with Indian Trails to get downstate. So we're trying to make alternate travel plans for this time around, because I'm going to try and get this to happen. It'll take 23 hours on a bus from the Greyhound location, like in Lansing. But you know what? Same on travel. I'll be traveling all day long if I'm going on a plane or not. And if there's a delay, again, it's just a few more hours and I'll be sitting on my dead behind sleeping or playing games or whatever. And plus, on a bus, I can see more. I could see the states I'm traveling over in a plane. That would be interesting and fun. So we're trying to make alternate plans. Trying to get this to work out. Because you don't need a real ID to get on a bus. You do need one to get on an airplane. And again, they are messing around with my documents. So, but I want to go, and she wants me to go, and we've been, since I saw her in February, we've been planning on this. And the only hitch is the government keeping my documents from me. Had I known that you were going to have to be robbed and forced to get these documents, I'd have gotten them. But maybe the bus. I even looked at how long it would take me on my e-bike. It says, probably about 23 days. Well, I'll lose some weight, Auntie. Imagine me riding my e-bike down there. Like, when I get there, there's like a hurricane, and I'm like, dee 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 dee. or Lloyd on Dumb and Dumber, because I got the jagged tooth. I'm trying though, man. I'm trying. I mean, there's got to be something. Something's got to break, man. Something's got to. And honestly, though, if there is a no all the way around, you can't get there from bus, you can't get there from plane, you walk, you can't get there, then the forces of nature and God are telling me there is something that's going to happen to you or them or all of you if this trip happens. I mean, if it's no all the way around, something is warning me not to go. So there's all that. But again, there's this government stuff that's keeping me from doing it. So I'm trying to find a way. And then the treatments for all these wonderful fleas in my house are expensive. Why is it got to be so expensive? Why does it have to be so expensive? I didn't ask for them to come in here. I mean, I guess it's like either pay $50 for a little can of spray or you get eaten up. Or they get eaten up. Those are my babies. They don't deserve to have that either. So Pam's trying to help me with that solution. She's got about 5 cats herself, and indoor, outdoor cats. And they bring friends in with them. And she's like, absolutely not, because I have never seen fleas in her house. And if I have, whatever. She got an amazing deal. Lucky her. I wish I'd have been there for this deal, but I don't think I got screwed. Come here, squeaky baby. Yeah, baby boy. You hungry to eat? I gotta go take care of him. He's yelling at me because I dosed them all with that medicine. And he don't like it. But I didn't get hurt. The amazing deal I was talking about before Squeaky interrupted me. I went and got the mattress cover and the pillow covers. And I think it was like $34 for the one that I got. You know what she got? She got the same thing. Bamboo. Walked into a resale shop and found them. Queen. I think she said she got a queen and a twin. Brand new in the package. $4 each. I was like, you lucky dog. But again, I don't think I was screwed. I think it was an appropriate price to pay for what I did get. But man, was that an awesome deal for her to have. I'm happy for her. Because when you have mattresses, and they're hard to replace. $300 and $400 a mattress, and then you want to get a whole set. This one doesn't need a box spring. I don't know why, but it doesn't. But you get a mattress, a box spring, and the frame. Those can cost up to $1,000 or more even. It depends on the size, the brand, yada, yada, yada. But, so, you don't just toss mattresses away and replace them. And she said how old hers was, and then she was looking for a solution as well. And she got a $4 solution. Good for you. I got a $34 solution. Same solution, but didn't hit the same deal, which is great, which is fine. Like I said, I think that I paid a fair price for the ones that I got because I did look around. I did look around for sales, deals, clearance, those kinds of things. I don't try to buy a lot of face value things. If I want it, I'll look around for clearance, flash deals, used, not betting. I mean, that's kind of a double standard because I'll use it as material to wear. So why won't I sleep in it? But electronics, I look for refurbished, used in good condition, used, so I don't have to pay the high price of the things I want. That's how I save money, is I just look around. And then if I don't find it online, I'll find it in a resale shop eventually. Like my Instapot. I did pay about $30 some for that at a resale shop. That's an Instapot. Those are over $100, and it doesn't even matter what brand it is. If it says Instapot, it's at least $100. So I don't mind paying $30 for what I got. So he seems to be okay. He was ready to have his lunch. I think it's lunchtime. Let's check. Yep, right on cue, noon. So he was ready. I don't have you on, and I don't have you on Do Not Disturb, but me and Pam are still in the middle of talking this over, so yeah, I don't have you on Do Not Disturb. I made this thing for breakfast, basically, quote unquote, fast food. And I'm having it for lunch too, because there was a lot. It has a can of Veg-All, about 2 cups of rice, a can of garbanzo beans, and a tablespoon of mayonnaise, tablespoon of dill, tablespoon of everything bagel. I did not add salt other than the everything bagel does have salt in it. If you don't want salt in it, get the Mrs. Dash. She doesn't put salt in her versions. And I didn't want to put salt in it, but that's the version I have. Because I already, the canned garbanzos and the canned Veg-All already has salt in it, I'm sure. And the mayo. I use the mayo as an alternative to butter. Because traditional mayo is oil and raw eggs. So what this tastes like is a little bit like ranch flavored rice-a-roni. And if you're not from this country and you don't know what rice-a-roni is, Rice-A-Roni actually has little tiny pieces of pasta in it too. There's the roni part. So it's a rice dinner, highly salty. So this one isn't that salty tasting because it's homemade. But it's basically a packaged meal like a ramen, but with rice. And I know if you're from other countries, there's ramen there. You know about ramen. Everybody knows about ramen. I'm not even really sure about that. Tablet, wake up. Wake up, tablet. We're gonna check this out. I try to be inclusive. Because I know there may be other people from other countries. Does packaged ramen soup, exist all over the world? In all countries? Okay. Yeah. I don't want you to look that up. Oh! Does packaged ramen soup exist in every country in the world? While packaged instant ramen has achieved widespread popularity globally, it's not present in every single country. Culture, diet, some people just don't want it there. And there are, and it's rare, bans and restrictions on it too. It says its packaged instant ramen has achieved widespread popularity globally. It's not present in every single country. So I guess I can't say everybody knows about ramen, because not absolutely everybody knows about ramen. But I'm pretty sure, like, countries that don't have internet don't have ramen either. And if they can't hear what I'm saying if they don't have internet. And there are some countries that don't have internet, I think. Are there countries in this world that do not have internet? No, it's incorrect to say there are countries with absolutely no internet access. But there are countries like North Korea and Eritrea where access is extremely limited and heavily controlled. I don't know where Eritrea. Where is that? I've never even heard of that place. Where is that? Explain this. Yeah, but where is it? Oh, it's often called the North Korea of Africa. It's a dictator-controlled nation with very limited or no internet access for its citizens. Okay, that's probably why I've never heard of it. Because I'm not African. And no, you can't look at me and say no, I'm not, or that I am, because there are white people in Africa too. Like Elon Musk, he was born there. I wonder if he could just sit there and say, I'm African American. I was born in Africa. But I think he already did. I think he already said he identified as an African American because he was born there. Is it a lie? No, that's not a lie. Is it racist? No. He was born there. Does he happen to be what you imagine an African American to look like? No. But people forget. There are white people there too. I think I just spit some food at you. The beans, the garbanzo beans, the chickpeas have hulls on them like popcorn, but you know. Oh. I actually do have a lot of respect for the dude. Him having autism and doing what he's done with his life proves that just because you're autistic does not mean you're disabled. You just have to find your way around things. I better not be so vocal about that one. Actually, that's not why I'm disabled. That I'm pretty sure it has to do with my ADHD and my other school diagnoses. Trainably mentally impaired means I was trainable, but I'm mentally impaired. And I think that what that interprets into is autism. Bipolar. Maybe. All I know is one day, because I had applied for it, my dad gets a letter in the mail. And it says, if you're willing to be her payee, she can have disability. He called up the number and they said, yeah, that's legitimate. If you're going to be her payee, she can have disability. I am not 100% sure at all what qualified me for it or why they said yes. Except for I think maybe somebody reviewed my case. It also reviewed the fact that I could not keep paying my own bills. Because I owed and owed and owed and owed and owed. Because I'd look at the piece of paper and say, I don't know who Bill is. I don't know why I owe him money. And I'd throw it in the trash. And it wouldn't get paid. Now, logic says you pay your bills, you go cold, right? You pay your bills and you have electricity. My mind said, I don't know who Bill is. Literally thought, I don't know who Bill is. I wasn't being a smart aleck. And I don't remember what age that was. I was young. I was in my 20s. And I don't know why my mind... And it sounds really freaking funny. It really does sarcastic, funny, and rebellious. But again, my mind did not connect that this is what keeps my lights on and my heat going. It connected that I didn't know who this person was that was asking for money. Why? I mean, adults know what a bill is. Whose bill and why do I have to pay him? Stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. This is why Aunt T does not have a credit card. I will never have a credit card. A credit card is, you have $250 I can borrow. Okay, I borrow that $250. You want that money back. I don't have money to pay you $250 because guess what? I had to borrow it from you in the first place. That was an example. Same thing with credit cards. They have $250 they're willing to hand me, but I have to give it back. I don't have $250 to give back to them. Plus interest. So, or else I wouldn't have needed the credit card. I wouldn't have needed that credit card if I had the money that they were already willing to hand me. It's a trap. And I'm not going to do it again. I did have one. Capital One. I took their money. I'm going to say it. I took it. I tried to pay it. I couldn't pay it off. Eventually, I guess they overlooked it. It went away or something. Because now they're sending me things again. Capital One themselves are sending me things again. Do you qualify for a credit card? I don't want it. It's tempting, but I do not want that. Oh. Oh. Yeah, Squeaky actually did come out to have something to have, so he's not really too mad at me about spraying him down. He didn't like it, but he's not too mad about me spraying him down. And, Charlie's hiding in the great beyond. She thinks I'm going to mess with her some more. But she's got the good fur. She's got the nice thick fur that they can all hide and nest in. And, it's gross. But I'd look at her and it looked like she had freckles. And she's an all-white cat. You've seen her. And I'm like... So Pam was helping me. Because I never really had this issue before. Never had this issue before. So Pam was helping me. This is this product. This is this product. And you need to do that now that you've got fleas in your house. You need to do that every month. Every month. So, thank you for helping me, Pam. Ooh. Why is that there? I know why that's there. So I don't lose it. It's like, why do I have a stitch marker in a spot that I already tied off? So I don't lose a stitch marker. Ooh, shiny. So those are the issues we're dealing with. Traveling and fleas. Traveling fleas? Probably. They also make stuff you could put in your yard. Pam says, oh, they make it cheaper. Because I looked at Walmart. She also said diatomaceous earth. It's a very hard word to say. Diatomaceous earth. And she's right. Because I know that stuff, bugs can't survive in that stuff. Basically, it's basically like chalk. Chalk was ground out seashells. Well, that's what diatomaceous earth is. All right. Is chalk and diatomaceous earth the same thing? No, chalk and diatomaceous earth are not the same thing. Okay. Well, both are soft, light-colored sedimentary rocks with a chalk-like appearance. Chalk is composed of calcite, calcium carbonate, and used to neutralize soil, whereas diatomaceous earth is made of silica from fossilized diatom shells and is used as a filter, insecticide, and for abrasive and absorbent qualities. A key difference is that chalk will bubble in acid, but DE, being silica-based, will not. So, close but no cigar again. Auntie. They're both white rocks. This is water. I don't know if I told you. I need to go back and watch the video. If I told you, I slept pretty good last night. I was feeling physically yuck yesterday. Just down and lay like, this is it. I'm getting a cold sore, head cold. Map of Michigan where it's being affected by Canadian wildfires. Images. I have no clue how this is happening, but here I'm in the blue area up here in this, not up here, not across, but up here in this blue area, and this, all of this down here is being affected. So how is there, what is there, a tent over top of us or something? No, we're all being affected by it. And so I took my allergy pill, and I was achy and just sore, and I'm like, okay. So you know that old saying, take 2 aspirin and call me in the morning? Well, I took 2 Excedrin, and I was fine in the morning. And now the Excedrin has 62 grams of caffeine in it. That's why I have this stuff, is because I'm supplementing caffeine, those kinds of things, for my coffee intake. The pills I did get for coffee intake, I got my my Band-Aid money pills yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I have, this is an open package, so because I have the little bubble packs in my purse, because it says equal to about a cup of coffee, 1 pill. Pretty sure the achy and the headachy and all that stuff had to do with giving that up. But again, if the government's going to buy me these, I bought 3 of them just in case they catch on too, and 2 Excedrin, and I found half of a bottle of Excedrin open in my cabinet up there. So, if the government's going to give me those, then I'll quit my coffee habit. But like I said, I bought 3 of those in case they catch on. I did sleep better than it last night than I did the night before. I have come to terms with what has happened. Because I started feeling guilty about it, because that's part of the grieving process. And believe it or not, even though I was starting to grieve while I was in the relationship, I did lose somebody I cared about. So I am grieving. Yes, I lost him by walking away, but I lost him a long time ago. Never. So I am grieving. But I was watching my video yesterday. I want to put you down because I don't feel like holding the phone. My hands are sore. But as I watch my videos because I do edit. I have to. I mean, aloofness makes it so sometimes I forget to put pants on, and I've told you that. I know that's funny, and you guys might be like, ooh, but no, you're not going to see it because I have to edit just in case. I mean, or I accidentally start yelling at these guys. You're really loud, and I'm like, nobody wants to see that. Yeah, you've seen me get upset with them, but you've never seen me yell at them. And yeah, I do. Because you know what? These knotheads, I can't tell them, stop. No, stop. No, stop. I don't know how many times. I can divert their attention. I don't know how many times. If it's a cord they want to chew, they'll come right back to it. So I have to get loud. I have to make a noise they don't like. I have to. And no, there is no animal abuse because you've seen how all over me they are. If there was abuse, they would not be all over me. They would be hiding. Well, they're hiding now because they think I abused them by putting chemicals on them. They don't know that what I did for them was for their own good and mine. So yeah, they're hiding now. Whatever. But anyway, I was watching the video I had made yesterday and published. And I came to the realization that he was giving me reasons to leave. He told me, you're just looking for excuses to leave the relationship. No, I was not. I would have been happy to stay in the relationship had the relationship kept going in front of my eyes. It wasn't. I was in a dead relationship. It was not going anywhere. And he was further and further and further away. So it helped me sleep to realize that I did the good thing, did the best thing, and it was better for my health to do what I did. It's weird when I expect to hear from him and I'm not going to. This is a strange thing to get used to. But I had to do it. I just had to. You see these blankets? These are my cuddle blankets. I am over 50 years old, and I absolutely do have blankets that I cuddle with. I got nobody else to cuddle with besides cats, and they don't always want to either. And I've had this, I feel like Linus, his was blue, but that's my comfort. That comforts me. And I don't care who knows about it. It might be babyish. I might, whatever. I know people older than me that still suck their thumb. And again, being suspected autistic, I need things that are going to comfort me. And again, if you want to call me a baby for it, call me a baby for it. You can read between the lines, too. it puts pressure on my face when I sleep, because I sleep with it, and I'll show you. I sleep with it like this. Not with, and whether there's lights on or not. And yeah, I do. I pepper my entire house with lights every night. You know what? I don't like tripping on stuff and falling. And there was a point in my life that I was afraid of the dark. There was also a point in my life I was afraid of the dark because I was afraid of my life. Afraid for my life in the dark. I don't know if I can even scratch the surface of the abuse I've had from other people. But it's been bad. There are a few young people that don't need to know those details. Being, if they were in those relationships, I would probably present them with those stories, but they are not, and they don't need to know all of that. And you don't need to know all of that. But again, you see this and go, it's for comfort. Tell me, you have partners you can cuddle up against for comfort. I've been a single woman most of my dang life. I've had boyfriends. The one before Moody, Alana was about 14 or 15 when I broke up with that dude. She looks at me, she says, Mom, I think it's probably best if you stay single for the rest of our lives. It's just better for you. Like I said, some of you got partners that you can cuddle up to. I got that. Would another human being comfort me? I don't know. I'm very weird about being touched. Of course, I'm also one that'll flinch if you bring your arm up in a fast direction near me too. I'm also one that'll punch you right in the face if you jump out from behind a door. I literally will punch you. One of my friends, I think I mentioned him the other day, Travis, the gay guy, the diva. He was so funny. The one that said nature's touching me. He was over at Bina's house hanging out with all of us. He decided he was going to hide behind the door and go, rah! He did that. It's probably about 10 years ago. And I go, bam! And I got him in the chest. Ow! I said, don't do it. I told you. It's a reflex. And now, if I were to talk to him, he'd say, I still have a red mark on my chest where you punched me. I'm like, Travis, no you don't. Stop it. Quit being a diva. And he don't mind me saying diva and girlfriend and, sister and stuff like that. He doesn't mind that. He wants to be. I mean, he's definitely a guy. And he definitely is a he that I know of. We haven't talked in a while. But he doesn't mind girlfriend and sister and that kind of stuff. He doesn't mind it. But I'm like, and to be called a diva. Matter of fact, he would call us three the Golden Girls, him, me, and Bina. So, but, yeah. Auntie does not take physical surprises like that very well. My dad was the same way. Though his was a different reason. He was in the Navy. And there's a bunch of men stuck on a ship together. He says, do not reach over and touch me to wake me up, or I will punch you. I don't know how old, or I don't care how old you are. I will punch you. And yeah, you're stuck on a ship with a bunch of men. You don't want to get touched to wake up. I actually slightly punched Bina's brother the same way. It was not as hard as I punched Travis. Because I'd seen him coming, but he came past me and went, wah! And I went at him. And I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. I think people think it's funny to trigger my startle reflex. It's not funny to trigger someone's startle reflex. It scares them. It scares them for you to do that. It's like when I discussed putting a cucumber behind your cat and they don't expect something like that behind them and it scares them. It's the same way as a human being. And I will absolutely stand up and tell you, I am almost 100% positive I have PTSD. People have not been nice to me. There are the few that I am loyal to that have been. But in general, people have not been nice to me. And unveiling at this age, finding out that I'm probably autistic is probably one of the reasons why. Because I was weird and strange and different and nobody knew. Well, not nobody, but they thought people that were a little less, I think, what is it, stage 3 autism? Because it's now in stages and that's probably, I think, the worst. Let's look it up. Don't turn on. You probably don't want to. You're like, leave me alone. What is stage 3 autism? The most severe form of autism. Okay? So that's what they thought of it as an autistic person. Anything else was, you're rebellious, you're strange, you're weird, you're stupid. You can do this and I don't know why you won't. You're being stubborn. Anything else back then was considered, you're being a bad kid. Other than people that basically looked like they couldn't help it. So that's my explanation for my blankie. And it's my blankie. And it's a cotton one. And it's those ones, like they heat you up in the hospital, heat up for you in the hospital. Only I don't like those ones so much because they take them and they bleach them and they make them stiff. These are soft from washing them over and over, but using vinegar and baking soda and clothing conditioner. Fabric softener. They don't use fabric softener in the hospitals. They don't use it. They bleach them and make them stiff and all that kind of stuff, but they don't. Yeah. So this is nice and soft. And that's why yesterday when I'm like, I'm wearing plastic. I'm wearing a linen shirt today. My pants are that bicycle short stuff. I'm wearing plastic. But I don't mind it's that so much. Because I don't feel that as much as I do when it's wrapped around here. I know. Checking to see because I don't feel it. I think I already removed the tag out of this one. My niece. They don't have her labeled as autistic, but she saw a tag in her clothes and she would fight you. No. No, no, no. You take, no, no, I'm not wearing that. No. I'll tell you one time though. I don't know what company it was that did it, but I had this shirt on and I was itching all day long, just itching. I mean, my neck was raw. And I turned it, took it off and turned it inside out and looked at the tag. Somebody had sewed the tag in with a piece of metal wire. And I was like, why would you do that? So not only was I exposed to the metal that I was allergic to, it was a tag. Drive me up the wall with them things. And yes, you know what? I have 2 of these. This softer one goes on my head and my face. I have one that's a little more dense. And that one goes on my legs. And I will put that one on underneath my sheet. My top sheet. Then the top sheet goes on and I get a squeaky baby. He doesn't like the knit stuff because his claws get caught in it. So, and again, their claws aren't growing in like this or anything like that, because that can happen if you don't keep them trimmed. I'm sorry, that itches right here. That can happen if you don't keep them trimmed. They can start growing in towards their pads. No, I can't. You look at any of their claws at the end of their fur on their paw. They're not growing out, extending out or anything like that. But I guess maybe he's older and he has less mobility or something. It's just his claws get caught easy and he don't like it. I understand. I understand, puppy boy. Oh. He got sprayed too, and he's not happy with me. He wasn't happy with it. But again, he got over it because he wanted his lunch. I gotta put that away for dinner. I'm full. All of that food, I knew. How you doing, Bobbies? I knew it was going to be a few meals. And possibly snacks. Come here, Adam. Come here, Bobbies. And some mama. And I'm warm on my lap. My blankie. I put blankie on my lap. You need a mama. Want to have? You have? Or are you just vocalizing? Sometimes he just vocalizes. Sometimes he just wants to hear squeaky. Because I'll call him over. He'll meow, meow, meow. I'm like, come here. He looks at me like, meow. Okay. Sometimes he just likes to hear his own voice. And I'm starting to hear Doopy's voice. Meow, 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 meow. And it isn't a beep beep anymore. It's a meow, meow, meow. Like that. I'm like, You're definitely turning into a teenager. I sent a little video of it to Pam. Pam says, "Oh, Winnie was about her age when she started that too." And she says, "You're a baby. You're not allowed to have babies." I'm like, "Oh, time for your surgery, little girl." I mean, if she's an indoor cat, I don't have any reason to actually take her, because the other two are neutered, to take her to go and get a surgery, except for that will be annoying. And she'll want to escape. My dad says changing it from brass to grass, as in not being interested in babies and being more interested in catnip, is what those surgeries do. So it would help prevent her from wanting to run away to go and mate. But I honestly almost don't, and it could probably happen at any age if I decide differently, but I don't see why I would need to do that to her too. The other two are not. And Charlie obviously wouldn't, because she's a girl. Unless cats can do that. Unless cats can be gay, and I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Let's Google that. And no, I'm not being weird. Again, my friend Travis is a diva gay guy. My friend Matt, who I've had a crush on forever, is a gay man. He knows I have a crush on him. I have a crush on him. He's a good-looking dude. I don't care. It's like Ricky Martin. He's gay. He was good-looking too. I didn't care. He still was something nice to look at. But Ricky Martin, well, I mean, Matt, and Travis isn't ugly either. Travis is a nice-looking guy too. But like Ricky Martin, I would never have had a chance with him anyway. So what's it matter if I thought he was cute or not, since I'm a girl, right? Can cats and dogs be gay? While cats and dogs exhibit same behavior, it's not accurate to say they can be gay in the human sense. They engage in behaviors like mounting and cuddling with the same gender, but this doesn't necessarily indicate a relationship or an orientation like that. It says they can serve various purposes in animals' social dynamics, including bonding, stress relief, and dominance. So basically they can look like they are, but they're actually have different purposes than for humans. I wonder if monkeys, because we're supposedly close to monkeys. Can gorillas and monkeys and such be gay? Yes. In various primate species, including gorillas and monkeys. Yes, they can. Of course, we are primates. We're monkeys. But other mammals, basically, if you see a boy dog, well, actually, you want to know something? Charlie will hop on top of Squeaky and like just go at it, and I'm like, she wants to let him know I'm the boss here. But you see a boy dog doing that to another boy dog, it's not. They're telling them, I'm boss, and you will obey me. And I can understand that, because the alpha dog will have their head up high. The other dogs have their heads down lower like this. So the things I Google. Can you imagine being at Google? What the heck is she looking up now? Well, I got down to the white part to go on to here. And I'm ready to get you a video because this is like 12th time in a row trying to get a video to you. So I'm going to say, we'll see you later. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye.